What's up, guys? Welcome to Fluffernutter Live, episode 1, technically, because the previous one was purely experimental to see where I wanted it to go. But here we are. I have my Fluffernutter materials sitting in sweatpants and a shirt that I probably should have washed a couple days ago. But I'm here with you on this wonderful Sunday. I guess I could say it's the eve of Christmas. It's important here. Let me make sure I get the right word here, because I'm pretty sure you can use eve in the context of the day before, or as well as like the period before something. So here we are on the eve of Christmas. We'll see. I'm gonna look it up for you because it's important that here we use proper vernacular. So, define eve. The day or period of time immediately before an event or occasion. We're good, guys. No worries. No worries. So, I'm here. I'm gonna make this wonderful Fluffernutter sandwich. As I've mentioned before, it's the sandwich of gods. And from there, I'm going to let you know what's going on in my life and then answer some of your questions, because I have a question from a close friend of mine, Johnny, which actually, let me start this off really quick. Johnny and Kat, congratulations. They just had their 9-year anniversary. In a world where marriages don't seem to typically last that long, it's great to see the ones that hold strong and true, to keep hope in the world that monogamy can still be a potential thing, especially for romantics at heart, like myself. So, congratulations again. And I also have other questions, because I have a question from Johnny, which is why I was bringing him up. As well, I have questions from some of you guys that have just recently started following me because of my tour video that I posted for ATP, which is a flight school that's in Tampa. So I'll get to that at the end of this. That being said, let me go ahead and get this sandwich started, and let me tell you what's been going on, because I am fried right now. Mentally, I am fried. Well, I'd assume you know if I was physically fried. So, I have been editing these videos. Goes over the tour of the flight school called Blue Line Aviation in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I've also been racking my brain on anything that is related to flights. I'm like reading one of FAA's handbooks about rules and regulations and ATC procedures, and my brain is fried. So many flashcards. I haven't been a part of the academia world in, well, forever. So, forever's not a real time. Well, it kind of is, depending on what field of work you're in. Okay, got my bread. By the way, someone had asked beforehand, it was outside of the Instagram live video, about what bread I use. I always use Sunbeam. And that's because Craig, which I know a lot of you guys know who he is, but if you don't, he's a long friend of mine who we've been friends for, I think, like 12, 13 years or something. We used to hold grilled cheese parties at his house after high school. We'd get my little Miata. Yes, he used to own a Miata. Don't question my sexuality. Or do it. I don't give a shit. So I used to get Miata, go to his house. Some friends would come over, and we would just make a bunch of grilled cheese. So, there was something I was going to talk to you about before I started this. Oh, because I'm fried. Doing flight school stuff, editing videos, doing flashcards. Which, thank God, they have flashcard apps now. They didn't when I was going to college. And I'm glad they have them now, because it makes it so easy. I love digital everything. It's amazing. So, alright. Got some peanut butter on there. I don't even know if I really want this. I might eat it. I haven't really decided yet. We'll see. Okay. For any of you guys that see this video, because what I'm going to end up doing is I download it and I will upload it to my YouTube channel as well as my Facebook channel. That's the whole point. I wanted to tell you that I'm going to upload these videos. I will upload all of them. I didn't upload the previous one because there were things in there I felt like shouldn't have been uploaded. So I need to be a little precautious of how I talk, where I talk, and what I talk about. To an extent. I'm not going to be filtered, but there's just some things that should be left in the dark. Or I should just not cuss as much. That's another thing I'm trying to do. So I am prepping, like I said, going to flight school. I intend to go to flight school in February. I'll go over what flight school I'm going to, which most of you already know that's close to me. For you guys that don't know, that's actually one of the questions I don't know how, but there was thread in there. Okay. The Fluffernutter sandwich is created. Pure beauty. Make sure pre-inspection look good to you guys. The no one that's following me, because I literally have no one following right now. I get most of my interactions, by far, like 90% of my interactions from this video would come from when it was posted after, not even during live. So I'm going to just act like everyone's there. How are you guys? Yeah? Yeah, I want it. I thought I didn't want it, but I think I do. I haven't gotten used to this weather yet. It's kind of cold here in North Carolina. Compared to Florida. I sometimes have to take showers in the middle of the day to get my body warm again. I'm so weak, but I'm doing what I can. And I gotta get used to it anyways, because it sounds like when I go to this flight school, there's gonna be a lot of 6, 7, 8 in the morning flights. So I gotta be out on the flat land. It's gonna be insanely cold. So, okay. Oh yeah, I have my notes. I should probably get those out. Let's see here. Oh, I still didn't. I forgot it last time. The last time I started one of these, I didn't. It's just to clap myself, and I have a soundboard. High-end stuff back here. High-end production. Okay. So I did something interesting. I don't even know if this is something we're supposed to know. From my research, it shows that I don't think that it is something I have to know. But I decided to learn Morse code. And it's a lot easier than I thought it would be. It ended up, I was able to learn it overnight. Like, I can understand letters, and I can write things out if I needed to, but if like it was played back to me, it's just too fast. I can't register it fast enough, so I gotta get used to that. But I did learn Morse code. So that's kind of cool. I can be that guy that you always see in movies when they get like crashing an airplane on an island that no one knows about, and then they get to a radio station and Morse code's playing, but no one knows it. But this one guy does, but he only has like a little bit of experience with it. So he's just trying to break it down, and he can't get the words right, and so he then figures it out. But then by the end of the show, you realize he didn't figure it out, and he totally misinterpreted it, and it's his fault. I don't want to be that guy. Well, I kind of do, just not the misinterpretation part. I want to save people on a plane that crashes. Ironically, in a plane that crashes, I'm supposed to be a pilot. Okay. I want to do something with you. Have a little heartfelt moment with you guys. So, I used to, because I'm right now in Jacksonville, North Carolina. This is where my parents reside. This is where I'm currently staying until I transition into going into flight school, which when I get out there, I'll eventually be living on my own. For that time period, I don't remember what I was going to tell you. Oh, yeah. So I'm currently in Jacksonville, North Carolina. I used to live here for 12 years of my life. And it had its ups and downs. I was happier here than I was in Cheyenne, Wyoming. But Jacksonville has never been a place of happiness for me. So I was really worried about leaving Orlando, the place I like being, and then coming here. And I used to think it may have been directly related to weather. Not sure. I haven't really figured that out. But what I've realized since I've been here for about a month now, and I've been fine. I've been decently happy, and maybe it's because I have a goal at hand. I'm not sure. But what I do know is that I think Florida had helped me grow a lot. And I'm really bringing this up because any of you guys that follow this, that are, still sitting in their hometown after years and years, if not your entire life so far, you have to leave. You have to. And because if you don't, you're not truly experiencing the life that you could be fulfilling. I mean, even if you leave and then decide that it's not your thing, whatever, it's an experience that you would need to experience. Because I left for Florida, and I don't know what it is, but something there had put me in positions of pressure to really grow into who I'm really happy to be now. And it's even allowed me to connect with family members before that I had never really connected with before. Not because I was away from them, because I never really hung out with them while I was living here anyways. I've just, for some reason, learned to be more interested in people's stories and their lives and where they come from and what they've been through. And I've somehow learned that in Orlando. And I don't think it's Orlando specific. I think it's just because I moved. It put me in an environment that I wasn't allowed to be complacent or comfortable. So I think that's really important that you guys consider, if you're sitting right now and you're like, man, I really want to move. I really want to move. Assuming that you've logically thought it through, pull the trigger. Go for it. Like, I think you should move. It's been an amazing experience. And I'm bringing this up because Jacksonville has the best analogy I could think of was like a bully. It was like a bully that always won me over when I was living here. And then I went away, right? I left high school, went to college, and then went on with my life. Came back to hometown, and that same bully's still here, but he's like drinking at the bar, still wearing his letters from football time. And now it's just, I've gotten to a point where that bully doesn't affect me. It seems a little detailed. I swear to God, it's not a bully history of mine or anything like that. Bullying wasn't that much of a thing for me. Not that I didn't deserve, at least. So yeah, that's what Jacksonville always was. And now here I am, and I don't know. I'm fine with I'm enjoying being in Jacksonville right now. Especially because Cookout's right around the corner, and that's been saving me while I'm studying. $5 for a full meal. If you guys don't live in North Carolina and don't have a Cookout, you're missing out. That's attractive. Okay. So, out of the heartfelt moment, I really want to talk to you about space because this is annoying. So, what just happened was Boeing just launched one of their Starliners. So, if you don't know, SpaceX, Boeing are competing to essentially be able to launch Americans from American soil into space. Whether it's to go to the ISS, whatever it would be. Just get humans off of U.S. soil and into space. Because right now, we pay $80 million a seat to launch with the Russians. So every time we send an American astronaut up to the ISS, we pay them $80 million a seat, which is ridiculous. So now they're trying to compete, and NASA specifically having these two people compete so they can always have more than one avenue to be able to launch humans to space from U.S. soil whenever they want. No matter if one company goes bankrupt or they go through an issue, they have a backup always. So they've been going through their problems, SpaceX including themselves, because their capsule, I guess you would say, blew up during one of their tests, but I think that has since been resolved. So Boeing just launched theirs. This is where I get kind of aggravated. So Boeing, and I think if I remember, I don't hold these numbers against me, but in the end, Boeing is more expensive than SpaceX, and I think it was by a margin of like 50% on almost every aspect. Launched a flight, per seat on the capsule, the whole deal. So, SpaceX did their launch, and it was flawless. They launched their aircraft, it separated from first stage, went to the ISS, connected. They even had like a dummy doll in there so they could measure the impact on the human body for the launch and landing. It disconnected from ISS, landed in the ocean, was picked up. The only fault it ran into is I think the parachute accidentally draped over the capsule when it landed in the ocean, but I'm sure that's a problem they can resolve. Now it's Boeing's turn. Boeing then, so Boeing launches, the launch goes great, the capsule disconnects, what? The capsule disconnects, and it has something to do with the timer. I don't completely understand what happened, but it ended up where they were like, no, like scrub the mission of getting this capsule to the ISS, re-land it. So that's what's going to happen. Actually, they just landed it safely, so they did that part. But in my eyes, that would be a failure, right? The whole idea is, hey, can you get humans from Earth to the ISS, to space successfully? Their capsule technically didn't. It got up there, got into orbit, but they had to get it to orbit on its last amount of fuel that it had because it was in the wrong place. And it had something to do with some timer. So they were just like, all right, cool, let's bring it back, and then you're all set. And for whatever reason, Boeing's just going to be able to still launch humans on that spacecraft. And I don't know if they have to do a test specifically for that spacecraft again, but what I do know is that SpaceX has to do this launch where they have the capsule, their capsule, attached, or SpaceX's capsule attached to SpaceX rocket, and they launch it, and they literally blow this rocket up, and the capsule disconnects to test its abort system. This is just something that's a part of the contract that SpaceX signed, and apparently Boeing didn't sign that contract. So I guess for what ends up happening here is, because Boeing wasn't a part of that, it's not a part of Boeing's requirement to have to figure out if their abort system works, which I'm pretty sure, yeah, they definitely have an abort system, I think. I'm not going to be confident on that one. I'm pretty sure it was a requirement of what I last heard. So, yeah, that's a little irritating to me, especially because Boeing gets so much money from the government, and the fact that they could be 2 to 3 times more expensive than SpaceX. I hate the bureaucracy and the red tape that's in place with the space world right now. By the way, though, which I'm not upset about, is the Space Force is officially a thing. It became officially a thing, I think, yesterday, which would have been the 21st of December of 2019. They became a thing. The Space Force, it was a bipartisan agreement, and they made it a thing, and I'm really curious to see what they're going to do with that. What does their basic look like? What is their rank structure like? What is their job? Because as of right now, the people that take care of space is the Air Force. And I don't know. That seems like... It seemed like the Air Force is handling, but I see why they're having a separate sector for it. Anyways, what are they going to be called? Spacemen? Astronauts? They should be called astronauts. That'd be kind of cool. Okay. So yeah, that was that big thing. Oh, hold on. Let me get my soundboard ready for this. Hold on. Just hold on. Fluffernutter live. No. Okay, so I have been vlogging since 2010. Okay, 2010. That's 9 years of vlogging. Now, granted, okay, on and off. It wasn't like consistent for 10 years, clearly. There was even, I think my longest period of time between vlogs was probably really long. But either way, I finally, the other day after posting my ATP Tampa tour video, Tampa tour, sounds fancy. ATP's Tampa tour video, I got a lot more subscribers from that. Seems like it was fairly informative, and it seemed to help out a lot of people. I broke 100 subscribers. I know. Thank you. Stop. You don't have to. I know. 100 subscribers. I don't get a YouTube plate thing, but I still don't even qualify to choose my own URL for YouTube. Because right now it's like youtube.com / a bunch of numbers and letters. No, it's Andy Pate, youtube.com / Andy Pate vlog. But, hold on. Fluffernutter, shocker, it's really hard to swallow. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, my URL right now is youtube.com / Andy Pate vlog. But everywhere else, Instagram, Facebook, and all like my Twitter account, everything that's based off that, it's Andy Pate vlogs, plural. So my YouTube channel, which is probably the most important version of my vlogs, is the incorrect URL. And I messed up, maybe I messed it up a while ago, I don't know. But you have to get a certain amount of subscribers and a certain amount of viewership to be able to qualify to change your URL name. So I can change it to youtube.com / Andy Pate vlogs. I meet the viewership requirement, but I don't meet the subscriber amount. So, I don't know. Maybe that'll come through. So, anyways. Thank you. Thank you guys. Congratulations. Okay. Back to my notes, because I can't, there's no way, you guys. I can't remember that. I feel like I should print these out, which I hate printing, but like the whole concept of, I don't know, getting cards out and like being like a talk show host or something. Okay. What time is it? 7:20. Well, guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions. And then from there, I can't wait for this too, when I get enough followers on Instagram. There's these buttons that are at the bottom of my screen, and I can do certain things. I can invite people, I can I think, hold on, what was this button again? Oh, like facial filters. I forget what those things are called. So yeah, that's a thing. And when you get to enough subscribers, you can actually share videos and like pictures and stuff like that. And that'd be amazing to be able to do. So anyways, let me go ahead and wrap this up. I'm going to go ahead and answer you guys' questions. The first thing was a spam ad, so I appreciate that. Which, fun fact, I don't know why I'm pulling this screen down like you can't see me. I'm pulling it down like you can't. Anyways, got a spam thing here, and I didn't know that spam could ask questions, so that's interesting. Unless it's just the hustler doing their thing. Johnny asked, do you know what type of planes you'd like to fly? Would you get into fixing planes? Okay, let me answer this backwards here. I don't want to get back into fixing planes. It's not that it was a horrible experience. Well, I did it in the Air Force. It's just not something I'm interested in. I just don't care about it. I had the capability of it. I believe I have a level of mechanical competency to do it properly. I mean, I wasn't bad at it. Which actually you can't be bad at in the airplane world. So if I was, I wouldn't have survived 6 years in the Air Force. Second thing, what type of planes do I want to fly? I haven't figured this out yet. This is kind of a hard question to answer because I've been told by multiple pilots, I've done a couple mentorships with people who have been in the industry for quite some time, and they told me to not make a decision on what career I want to go to until after I get into flight school. And the reason, a lot of people get this mistake that, when you become a pilot, it's like, well, there's only one career. It seems like the airline industry. That's not the case. There is airline industry, but there's also cargo, which is separate. There's also private and corporate, which is where you essentially fly either, how would you put this? Wealthy people, businesses, stuff like that, to their locations, wherever they would want to go. I feel like that's the one I would want to do because in the airline world, you just get in these big aircraft and then you fly around. You fly people around to wherever they need to go. But in the private corporate world, you're kind of in control of everything. You have to take care of catering. You have to take care of the aircraft is clean. Like you're monitoring everything. And you fly the aircraft and you go to these locations that usually airliners will never go to. The downside about the corporate world is you're usually on for a long time. Like there's one guy that I follow. His name is Ryan Huber. He's actually a really informative YouTuber. He went through ATP. He's 45 days on and 45 days off. So that's a long time period. And for him, he says it's great that he gets paid to go to like Egypt and all these different countries. But an airliner's point of view on that is that's great, but you have to go to these places for work. Whereas an airliner, like if I work for American Airlines eventually, I have the ability to get on aircraft and go wherever American Airlines goes for free. Well, I have to pay tax on the tickets, which is like minimal. So, I mean, that's perfect. And I love that idea. And usually the pay is a little bit better. So I think my plan right now, to answer Johnny's question, here we go, is I think I'm gonna go airline and then maybe eventually get into the corporate pilot world if I decide to go that route. That's 5-10 years down the road from now. And go that route because then I'll get a lot of experience in the airline world. It's crazy that way. And then I get into the corporate private world. As of right now, if I were to choose what type of aircraft I want to fly, right now I'm just kind of excited about being able to fly the Diamond aircraft at the flight school I'm about to go to. That just seems cool in itself. But in the future, I don't know. 737 MAX looks really cool. I know it's like a lot of like flack right now because they stopped production because it's like an unsafe aircraft. But when you really look into that, it's like you understand the bureaucracy behind it and why they're being delayed. Not going to go down that rabbit hole. So let me go ahead and answer other questions. Ow. Okay, I had another question. Why am I waiting to go to school? So I assume that the person asking this question is following me from one of my ATP videos. Because I don't know you. Actually, I don't know the next 3 questions. I'm waiting to go to school because I'm doing prerequisite stuff. If you go to ATP, they actually recommend that you knock out all of your tests prior to going to school. There's these FAA tests that you can take. There's 8 of them. but there's only 6 that you really have to worry about. The final 2 are only if you really want to become like a big instructor or not a good instructor, but like a, I don't know, more certifications to be what they call a Gold Seal CFI, Certified Flight Instructor. So that's what's guaranteed there. The school that I'm going to, they actually don't recommend that. They want me to do the test while I'm going through school. But what I'm doing is I'm still studying everything I can right now. The main thing that I'm studying is the Pilot Handbook of Aeronautical Knowledge, that's what's frying my brain right now. So I'm just studying that. I want to get as much into my head as possible prior to getting into a fast-track program for flight school. I really want to be able to enjoy my time flying, and have these things kind of already in play where I'll already know what's going on, essentially. Johnny, welcome to the live feed. But I'm slowly closing this up right now. I'm answering questions and I'm gonna finalize it. But since you're on, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know. I preface this. Oh, and Kat, this is perfect. So Johnny and Kat are on now. Johnny and Kat. I prefaced with this by letting everyone know that it is your 9-year anniversary, and congratulations. That is amazing, and I'm glad that you two are a shiny beacon of hope in a world where monogamy is a hard thing to get through. So I admire that, and congratulations, guys. I love your faces, and I miss you guys. Okay, and you'll be able to rewatch it anyways, because I'm going to actually download this video, and I'm going to upload it to my YouTube channel, so you guys can rewatch if you guys need to. Okay, what was the question? Oh, so why am I waiting for school? Because, once again, I am just prepping, like getting my head wrapped around the idea of the knowledge portion, so I can just go in and go ahead and just fly away. So, let's see. Corneo! Oh, man. So, for any of you guys that watch this, I have 2 friends of Hispanic descent, and they would say coño. Coño, I think it is. And I kept being like, I don't understand why you're saying corneo. That sounds so weird. Okay. What do you when you go to school? Okay. When do my other Blue Line videos come out? Okay, so that's actually another reason why I'm fried, is because I just got done editing one of the videos, and that is my Blue Line tour video. I didn't know that's what it meant. I thought coño meant something else. Weird. Johnny just informed me what coño means. So what was the question? I don't even remember. Oh, and now Kat's telling me that Johnny's lying, so that's perfect. Other Blue Line videos. Okay, so I'm fried because that's another one of the videos I'm editing, and that video just got done. So that should be uploading tonight. I think I'm going to have it post on Monday. And then the last video, well, not last video, but the main next video is my Blue Line versus ATP. What's going to end up happening is I compare every detail from cost of school to how long the program is, the quality of the aircraft, the quality of the facility itself. It's a full breakdown of how I ended up deciding to go to, which is another question. Someone had asked, have I decided on a school? And this is my last question that someone had asked. I did. I decided to go to Blue Line Aviation. And it's in Raleigh, North Carolina. And it's an amazing flight school. It was amazing being there, and it was the tour that I did, the Discovery flight. I was dead set on going to ATP before I visited them, and then I ended up, I was dead set on going to ATP right before I visited Blue Line, and then I visited Blue Line, and it put me in a conflicted state where I had to sit down and really break everything down to figure out where I wanted to go. So, man, even my computer's going to sleep now. So, that being said, I am going to Blue Line. That's where, for any of you guys that are new followers to this, which I know there's a couple of you so far that have been messaging me and stuff, and you'll probably watch this live video later. I will be posting this same video. I'll still be doing the Fluffernutter live videos on a weekly basis on Sundays. And during the time I'm in school, I'm going to use that for you guys to come on, ask questions, and I'm going to go ahead and explain everything I'm going through. The pros, the cons, anything that I'm going through, and go from there. Right? Yeah, I think that's it, guys. Let me see what you guys are... The only Cat and Johnny. Those are the two people following right now. Will you cross the line? Get it? I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, the only downside about downloading these videos, if I download it directly from Instagram, comments don't show up. So the only other option is to screen record my phone for the entire... What, I've been live for 33 minutes now? Screen record that entire thing. So, it's a line. Will you cross the line? It's a line from what? Johnny's asking, so Johnny said, will you cross the line? I said, I don't get it. And he's laughing. And it's upsetting. What line, though? What are you even talking about? I should bring you on. Hey, you want to come on? Do you want me to invite you to this live feed? I have my sandwich still left. Let me know. Because no, I'm just going to slowly but surely go and wrap this baby up. Oh, Johnny's bailing. Johnny's bailing. One day, I will get Johnny on here. You guys can meet Johnny Gonzalez. So, that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing Christmas. This one's going to be really interesting for me because I have a really good cousin of mine. Her name is Ashley. And she has a daughter and a... Oh, actually, no. She's pregnant now. So she has 2 daughters and a son. But her daughter, Brooke, is the one who... I always knew I wanted to be a father, but Brooke was the one that made me, like, essentially hit the cusp of, I want a daughter. And so I'm just dying to have a daughter. And Brooke and Ashley and Ashley and Carter, and I actually don't know the name of the baby. I should know that. I'll figure that out. But they're coming. They will be here tomorrow, and they'll be here all week. So I'm gonna enjoy my Christmas with my family. I hope you guys enjoy yours, and I will definitely see you guys next Sunday. And we will go from there. Okay. I love her face. I think I'm going to go ahead and continue to end these with my countdown clock. So, let me go and open this up for you really quick. Reset. Okay. Well, I love your faces, guys. And I look forward to seeing you next Sunday. And if you guys have any questions, any comments, anything I can do to better make this, if I can make this a little more entertaining for you guys, let me know. Okay? All right. Love your face. I see you, Johnny. I did have water. I don't know where it went. I'll work on it.